Hey everyone, welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Durling. I've got Sarah here with me again, and joining us is Mr. Jex Russell, Jex Russell's Vinyl World. Cinebros Supreme. Jex, what's going on?
How are you guys doing?
Really good.
We're so great.
Well, people will not know this, but this has been like an hour trying to get this video started, so we're having a ball. But no, I've been looking forward to doing this video for a long time, and this is actually something that Jex suggested, even though I'd done videos where I talk about this sort of thing before. But the best way, I guess, to start is that we're talking about vintage CDs, specifically CDs from Canada, even more specifically CDs manufactured by CBS Records in Canada from, I'm going to say, the mid 80s to about 1989 or 1990. And there's a very, very distinctive look that these CDs have, and it all has to do with what is on the back cover of them. And so Jex has a few of these. I have a few of these. I've borrowed some CDs from people that look like this. So I think this is going to be a really cool discussion for people that are interested in the collecting of not necessarily albums that are rare, but the versions of albums that are rare. Jex, what made you think that this might have been a worthwhile topic? You just happened to notice them after a while?
Well, yeah. Well, it was actually it was a video that you made a few months back with Mike Ladano. You guys were talking about rare CDs in general, and at one point you brought up what we call the box design of CBS Records, and you brought up how those are exclusive to Canada, which I didn't know at this point. I've kind of noticed them in the wild. I had a few in my collection, but never really paid much attention more than that. But when you brought that up, it kind of sparked something, like an interest. I'm like, oh, I didn't know these were Canadian exclusive. That makes it kind of cooler and even more fun to track down now. So that kind of got the ball rolling for me. I don't have much. I only have 7. But when the year started in 2022, I only had 3. Which means since your video, I've acquired 4. So I've been on the lookout for them. I've been noticing them a lot more. So I brought it to your attention, like, Tim, we should do a video just about these CDs. So that's what's happening right now.
Yeah. So Sarah's going to start us off because these first 2 CDs are actually
They're mine.
They're hers. So she's going to show the front cover and then the back cover. So the front cover is going to look normal.
So this first one is Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. Let me know.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Can you see that, Jex?
Yeah, I can see that fine.
So so immediately this is where they start to look different, because that's not what the back cover of this would have looked like. And if Sarah can hold the side of it up, the font of it is different as well.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're getting quite kind of a glare.
We are getting glare.
So basically, it's a white background with red letters, but they're different. The red letters you get on the U.S. variants are more of the impact font, as you.
It's definitely the impact font, yeah. And on these ones,
there you go.
You
more
get
of like an Arial.
I was going to say Arial or Helvetica. It's just a very plain font, a very generic looking font, and that's
more rounded.
Yeah, and I never used to like the looks of these, but now that this time has passed, I'm kind of nostalgic for them. She's got another one to show you here.
So this is the Hollies Greatest Hits.
I've had that one before. Yeah.
There you go. So.
No, Tim doesn't like the Hollies so much, but I do.
I don't have any problem with the Hollies.
Oh, you just don't like the ones.
So, oh yeah, which one was it? This one?
You don't like Long Cool Women in a Black Dress, I thought.
No, I know that's not one.
Oh.
No.
Is it no milk today? Is that them? No milk today? Is that the Hollies?
You got me there. I don't know.
I might be remembering that.
Someone out there will know, I'm sure. So the next one, I'm actually going to show you what makes these ones look different. This is Aerosmith Rocks from 1976, and this one, because it's an old US CD, actually has the impact font on the side. We are fighting against the light here. So I don't know how to.
Is it really that key to have the?
Yes. So I guess I got to hold it up really close. There we go. So people are used to seeing this font on the side of the CDs, and this is what it looks like on the back. Okay, and it's also what the booklet looks like on the back. So here is a Canadian, an early Canadian CD of Rocks. And that's what it looks like. For some reason, Rocks is in quotations. And here's what it looks like on the back. Yeah. And you'll notice that it's not the same colors. They usually try to incorporate, they do put some effort into it. They do try to incorporate some of the colors on the front cover. But on this one, it's also on the back of the booklet. See, now some of these will have like the US back of the booklet, but the box on the back. All the ones I've shown so far are just, they've just got the box format. And I don't know if that's, I have a theory on why that might be. I think maybe when the US label sent the Canadian label the information to print the CDs up, sometimes they sent the back cover, sometimes they didn't. So
yeah, that makes total sense.
So it's the first Boston album, of course, an all-time classic. This is a Canadian Columbia House edition, and box format on the back. But the booklet, that's what the back of it would have looked like in the US. So it's very strange. Like,
it was always a gamble. You didn't know if you were going to get the back art or not.
That's
what makes it so fun.
And honestly, most people wouldn't pay any attention. I've got another US comparison to make. I'll show the US version first. Kansas Leftoverture, 1976. There's the impact font and the beautiful back cover art. I love Kansas cover art anyway. On the back cover of there as well. Here is a Canadian version of Leftoverture with the plain font and just a plain box cover here, or box art here.
That's so cool.
And on the booklet. Next one, Heart, Little Queen, 1977. This is a Canadian Columbia House issue. See, the Columbia House in Canada, so you see it's green here. So it kind of, there's some green in the background. So there was a little bit of effort put forth, but I always thought they looked kind of cheap, But the other,
little bit, but they're so fun. They're just so fun.
Yeah, Columbia House made these available a little bit longer. If you were ordering an album that hadn't been remastered, like I got this in like the mid 90s, where by that time, if you'd have gotten the CD in a store, it probably would have looked more like the US one. But, it's one thing that they sent the record labels, but then the Columbia House said, this is all you get, enjoy, The next one I want to show you show everyone, is a really, really odd, it's another subset of the CBS CDs. And they did this on both sides of the border. Certain titles, I'm not really sure why, came out in what they call the Collector's Choice series, which means they looked like this. Obviously, this is Aerosmith, Draw the Line. Now, you'll see these for selected, like not all of the Aerosmith CDs look like this, apparently, just this one, which is not the easiest one to find. Now, I ordered this off Discogs specifically because it was supposed to have the box format. And it does not. This is just a US CD with a sticker on it saying, an import sticker brought into Canada. This has like a black and white box format. So I was a little upset about that, but I didn't want to bother sending it back. I still think it's worth showing off with this really weird front cover, but you can see that it's not, it's a US disc. And obviously the proper front cover looks like that, takes up the whole thing. This is the 93 remastered Draw the Line. This is one of my borrowed CDs. I borrowed this from Glendon, also known on this channel as Senior, Will's dad. Meatloaf, Batted to Hell. And this, I think, is a Columbia House issue. So it's just got the plain font and red, fittingly, in the background. So yeah, a little bit of, and this one actually has the right back cover.
Yeah, that's what I come across quite a bit. The Bat Out of Hell with the box design. I never pick it up though. All right, so Boston sophomore album, Don't Look Back, from 1978. But Tim pointed this out to me. There's a misprint. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but
it says 1987. They juxtaposed the 7 and the 8.
Yeah,
and set in the cover art to the front and back of that album. It's so good, but you don't see it on that CD.
Exactly. It's supposed to be a gatefold. Like this whole image continues.
Yeah.
And that's the downfall here. You don't see nothing.
Now,
don't look back. Don't look in the back because you won't see nothing.
Don't look at the back. Now, I will say this: they did put the logo on the disc itself, which is kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. That's a cool little touch. Yeah.
Yeah. The next one I want to show you is a really, really old CD. This is one I definitely talked about on the Mike Ladano episodes. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. And this one, if you can see it in the light, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's embossed with CBS and it has the label information on here, like the old CBS cassettes used to do. So when I found this, I didn't realize until then that they also did it for some of their early CDs. And this is obviously a very early version of it. So see, you've got the matching color here.
Yeah.
But it's got the proper back cover.
How cool would it have been if they would have did that for all of them? I mean, you kept that up with the
embossed. I don't know what the distinction is.
Yeah.
Same band. This is Cheap Trick and Budokan.
Budokan.
Yeah. This is a Canadian Columbia House issue. And that's all you get. That's all you get. Next one. I think this is the first Canadian one. Debut album from Loverboy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
1980. This is a US or a Canadian Columbia House issue. Plain old font there, and keeping it red.
With the red, yeah. It looks so good.
Lots more. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Sarah talk about the next three. Show them off.
Okay. So we have REO Speedwagon, and this is High Infidelity.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the cover.
Yeah, go plain black. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Canadian Columbia House issue. Hold it way up.
So, quick question: how do you tell the difference between Columbia House and retail?
Okay, so Columbia House, in this case, one way you can tell is it's got the serial number, but then it's got like that series of numbers in a letter. That's the Columbia House number for this particular album. And also on the back, it should say on the very bottom after the label information, manufactured by Columbia House.
Okay, yeah. I don't think any of mine are.
And so yeah, there's a back cover to this, but you wouldn't know it from this.
This is Heart. It's a greatest hits, is it?
Yeah, it's greatest hits / live. It's one of those ones that nobody knows what to call it.
So that's the back, and it's red.
Yeah, that's a retail. That's one I'm guessing that had been in the store for quite a long time because I bought it in the mid '90s.
Oh wow!
So it's actually kind of got they did put the red on the disc itself, but yeah, they're not using the back cover.
Hold it.
Yeah, hold it way up. They're just calling it greatest hits on here, but
anyway.
Sorry to interrupt, honey, but the things you find looking through your parents' CDs. It's Canada's first lady of classical guitar, Leona Boyd, with A Guitar for Christmas. And guess what? 'Tis a box format. I have a feeling we'll be hearing from Leona again.
And we have
Toto
4.
This is a very old CD.
Okay.
Oh, and they made the box yellow in that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And same inside. You can hold it up on the side.
Yeah, just it's kind of small print. But yeah.
Jex.
And next up, Jex has an early 80s classic for us.
Yes, from Down Under. This is Men at Work, Business as Usual. This is fine here. I love this album. My dad had it on cassette when I was growing up, so I grew up with this. And this is actually one of the recent ones I got just a few months ago. Found it at Spin It. And again, no artwork for you. The box again. But if you have it on vinyl, this is what you get. This is what it should look like. Little picture of the band. But you know,
at least they kept the yellow. They did keep the yellow.
Yeah. which is my favorite color. So I'm certainly not
There you
complaining.
go. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
We had that on cassette at my house too growing up, Jex.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yes.
nice. It's a great one. I love it. Love it.
Here's
Lots of
one.
nostalgia.
Here's one most households had.
This is Michael Jackson. This
Oh,
is Thrill.
of course. Yeah.
This is another one of Glendon's CDs.
Oh,
And they
with the
didn't even,
red.
as big an album as it is, they still had the box format for the back. But wait, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
They actually had the right
Oh, yeah, there you go.
the back.
Yeah, I have a much later issue. I have the remastered, but I'd
Yeah.
love to have the box art.
And there's the
Columbia House.
yeah, that's a Columbia House one.
Now I know how to tell.
Yeah.
Let the madness begin. Hey guys, back in my office for a moment, and Tim actually reminded me that I have one of those CBS CDs that they're talking about. Kind of a funny story behind this one. Yep, that's Ozzy's live album from 1982, Speak of the Devil. And if we look on the back, there's that classic box design format that I'm sure you've heard Tim and Jex talking about already. So the funny story behind this one, in 1993, I actually started collecting CDs, and Tim, awesome dude, bought me this Ozzy live album on CD, and I didn't know I was getting it. It was a Christmas present, so here I am actually visiting. We're in college, and I'm visiting my parents for Christmas and opening up my gift from Tim. I had no idea, but pretty good idea that it was going to be a CD. Didn't know it was going to be this one, though. And if you've ever looked closely at this album cover, let me actually take it out of the packaging so it doesn't glare so bad. It's not exactly the most appetizing album cover. My parents got quite a kick out of me opening this one. I'm like, yeah, look what Tim gave me. My parents aren't exactly Ozzy fans, so that didn't go over so well at Christmas time. Now it was fine. They just laughed a lot. So yeah, so Ozzy's Speak of the Devil. This has pretty much all solo Sabbath songs on it. Everything from Symptom of the Universe, Black Sabbath, Fairies Wear Boots, War Pigs, NIB. So this was the live tour that he did with Brad Gillis after the passing of Randy Rhoads. And that's my version of Speak of the Devil. Now I actually have all of Ozzy's CDs, something I want to show you. I'm going to cut right to my CD collection here. Okay, so this is my Ozzy Osbourne CD collection. And of course, you can see Speak of the Devil stands out quite a bit from the Ozzy remastered CDs that I have. So yeah, that's my Ozzy CD collection. And now back to you, Jex and Tim.
See, it's funny. A lot of these I have later issues, like remastered, but I still want to track down the box designs now just because they're so
I did
cool.
the same thing with Leftoverture and Draw the Line. Well, trying with Draw the Line. But yeah, just because I just think they're cool, you know?
Yeah.
So next up, my buddy Mark Nicholson lent me this one, Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska. And this is an old Canadian issue. It's from 1982. And of course, it's red and black on the back. And same here. But even the printing of the song titles is in red too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, they always change it up.
Yeah,
I dig that.
Next one is another one that Glendon lent me. It's another Springsteen, of course, Born in the USA. And that's what the side of it looks like. And the back. And still here. And look at the disc itself. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's not red, white, and blue. Let me put it so that it's straight, but
that's interesting.
Yeah. Now,
and they went that extra
the rare thing to look for on a US version of this CD is if you find one that's just your plain silver CD, but the writing is all in red. That's a really rare version of this because it would have been the very first US pressing, because apparently this is the first CD CBS Records manufactured in the USA once they weren't getting them sent from Japan, once they had their own facilities. in Indiana to print them off. So yeah, Born in the USA, it's a popular album, but if you flip the cover over and it's all in red, you got a rare CD there.
Wow. Born in the USA and the first to be manufactured in the USA. What are the odds?
Yeah, really.
Right.
Yeah. So next up, Jex has a couple of CDs to talk about.
Oh yeah. So Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. This is Texas Flood. And that's the bag. I think this may have been just the second one like this that I bought. So at the time, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't know they were strictly Canadian. I thought this is just how it was on the CD. And once again, looks just the same. And this is another one. This one I just got this year, actually, since you made that video. Found it at the Salvation Army. Really pumped.
There you go.
My kids love this one. I only had it on vinyl. They absolutely love it. They're always asking for it. So I'm like, of course I got to pick it up. And bonus, it was the box format. And this one has a cool hot pink.
Yeah, so, that's interesting.
So you don't
There's a lot of great songs. There's a lot of great songs on that.
Oh, sure. It's such an enjoyable. It's hard not to dance. Here's the vinyl. This is what the back would look like.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So, very cool.
Yeah. First, try not to dance to that.
Yeah, it's the first pink one we've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Toto Fahrenheit. This must be one of yours, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
It's all in white.
Oh.
But the cover's pretty white. It actually does have the proper back cover.
There you go. Yeah.
On the inside.
I believe I found this one in Bedford at Taz.
Not often is it only one color. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cover's quite white.
Yeah. You can only do so much.
So next up, Jex has another one, and this is a band we've seen twice already. This is a CD that I've never seen in the box format before, and I'm about to. Yeah.
Classics Live, Aerosmith.
1986.
Yeah, and this was the first one I bought over 10 years ago. This is the first one that was like this. But again, at the time, I didn't think much of it. I thought, oh, that's just what the CD looks like. But I did at this point, I already had it on vinyl. So I knew that I was missing out on all the band photos here. See, that's what it should look like. But again, at that time, I didn't know anything about different variants. Actually, I didn't really get into that until I became friends with you, Tim. Then I started to notice, oh, there's different editions. This is fun. This is exciting, But at the time, I was like, whatever, But I am happy. I would love to have more Aerosmith. This is my only Aerosmith that's like this. So now, of course, I'm on the hunt for more, but not as easy to find. And buying used stuff, you notice that those should be red, but someone kept it in the sun. So this is what it should look like.
I've got one coming up that's way worse.
Oh, really?
Way worse. Yeah. So this is an absolute first for TVC. This is a CD I borrowed from my father. Now, the serial number on this puts it at 1987, but it's from like 1962 or something, because this guy's been dead longer than I've been alive. But this was this is an album that I grew up listening to. It's Johnny Horton's greatest hits. There was some really, really classic country here. And the CD came out in 1987, but my father had the cassette way before that. And that's what the back cover of it looks like. And actually, it's got the right... there. Not something you're going to see very often on here. Next one is another Cheap Trick CD and another really early one. This is a rare album. It's The Doctor from 1986. This has got another embossed, whatever you call this part. And there it is on the side. And there's the back.
Oh. I'm not familiar with that one, I don't think.
It was a very unsuccessful album. And that's what it looks like there. Just
black and the
interesting.
red.
They chose red and black because there's so many colors on here they could have chosen from. Weird cover, and it always kind of reminded me of the thing from the Wall, the Pink Floyd.
Right.
You know what
very
I'm talking
similar.
about. Yeah. So Sarah's got two more to talk about. This is one. This one is my buddy Chad. Let me use this one.
This is Blue Oyster Cult.
Imaginos. This is from '88.
Okay.
Cool.
Kind of gray,
Dark
silverish gray.
gray.
Yeah.
Perfect. It fits just right.
And we've got
So it's got the proper.
Yeah.
proper artwork.
I think at this point in time, they were using a lot more of the back cover.
I think so. Yeah. I think you see I think at a
deviation.
certain point, yeah, they start to get more in line with the US ones.
And this is Toto, the 7th one. So it's purple.
And it's very pretty on the back. Look at that.
Oh, so we've seen pink, we've seen purple, we've seen everything.
Purple, and then we have
Yeah.
a
So
band on the inside.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Jex here on location at the Salvation Army close to my work, and today I'm looking for the infamous box design CBS titles on CD, and I did find a couple, nothing I would buy personally, but we're going to go through them anyway, you know, just so you can see the different color variants that are available. First up, Liberace. This is the concert favorite. Oh, a little bit of glare there. This comes in the gray box variant. Very good stuff. It's available here at the Salvation Army. Come snag it. Next up, the romantic guitar of Leona Boyd. This one has been here forever. I don't understand it. This one comes in a blue box variant. Alright, and last but certainly not the least, I'm not even sure who this is, Esther Phillips. This is What a Difference a Day Makes from 1975. And this one has like a brownish variant. There was a Barbra Streisand Greatest Hits Volume 2 here yesterday. Couldn't find it today. It must have sold. I mean, maybe Matt or Will were in town and they snagged it. I don't know. But those are the ones available now. Thought you guys might be interested to take a look.
And so now Sarah's got 3 more to talk about here. This is the faded one I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very faded. I don't remember putting it in the sun, but it
But
faded.
you must have. So this is REO Speedwagon, the hits.
Which is kind of cool. They have the yellowish gold there because the way that the REO Speedwagon, the hits, is
And the
written on the
space.
top. Yeah, so that's very, very, very faded. Yeah, that's even worse.
A little bit of sun situation.
Got the right back cover there.
Yeah.
Next one's another rare album,
So this is Survivor.
Too Hot to Sleep from 1988.
Black with red.
And the proper,
Oh, yeah.
There you go, back cover.
See some hair happening.
yeah, that's some 88 hair. Yeah.
And Bruce Springsteen.
Chimes of Freedom. Yeah, this is another one of Mark's CDs. This is an EP from 1988. He says this is one of the first CDs he ever bought.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, obviously they've spread out. There's only like 4 songs on here. Yeah.
Yeah, there is. So and it's not that long.
Yeah. And it's got the proper back on it there. So we got 3 to talk about here. I believe Jex and I both have this one. It's another Aerosmith one. This is Gems from 1988.
Oh, yeah. But mine's
And-
the 93 remaster.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah.
So that's this is one of the earliest CDs I bought. Oh, cool. Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
And it's got the proper song titles on the back. And we've talked about, this is a great compilation.
Oh, I love it. I
It's
love
really
it.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of good compilations, Journey's Greatest Hits. This is a Canadian Columbia House issue. And they take the blue from the Wings here and use it on the back here. This is
Now,
actually a common one.
I read somewhere that was the last 8-track ever manufactured. Where did I read that?
I don't know. Where would you have read such a thing?
I don't know. Oh, it's in this cool book. Yeah, it's unspooled.
Yeah. Thanks, Jax. Checks in the mail. There's the actual back cover for it. And this one actually has a little bit of customization with the logo.
Oh, there you go.
And one more this round, which is a pretty rare CD. This is the debut Europa album. Now, it originally came out in 83, but it didn't come out in North America until 89. I just happened to find this one used, I don't know, probably 1994. I like how they put the logo on here. And they've got the blue going there.
That one must go for a pretty penny now.
Well, I don't know how in demand it is.
Really?
But I'm glad I would want to try and find it again. And there's the disc itself, the logo on it.
Nice.
Incidentally, if anybody's not familiar, this is way heavier than you might think. This is very Euro metal sounding.
Don't let Carrie fool you.
No, don't let Carrie fool you, nor the Final Countdown. And I'm going to let Jex talk about, he's got a couple to take us home with. One of them, I think he and I both have in common.
Yeah. So the first one is Alice Cooper, Trash. Once again, I bought this to spin it. That's just on the case there, so I'll have to replace it someday. So in this one, they don't have a back cover, just a picture of Alice, which is kind of cool. Right there. But yeah, I love this album. It's always a debate. People either like this one better or the follow-up, Hey Stupid. I personally like this one a little bit better. Hey Stupid's a great album, but I really enjoy Trash a little bit more. I just love the songs on here, especially This Maniac's in Love With You. I don't know what it is. I love that song. So yeah, nothing too special here, just the gray and the white. And am I showing the next one too?
Yeah, you've got the newest one that we collectively have here, and I think it's the heaviest one.
It's gonna stand out like a sore thumb, and this was a surprise to me because I found it on Marketplace. Did not know it was gonna be a box one. It was mixed in with a bunch of country CDs, which is not country whatsoever. This is some German thrash metal creator, and this is their album Extreme Aggression, 1989. So this is definitely probably one of the last ones to be done in the box design. But yeah, this was a surprise when I picked it up at the seller's house. I was just walking my car and I flip it over. I'm like, oh, nice. Bonus.
Yeah.
And of course, at this point in time, you got the actual back cover. So yeah, this, like you said, this is the heaviest thing on here.
So I don't know if there are any from 1990. The last ones I've seen are from 1989. So
I haven't seen any.
Really curious if people out there have any from 1990. See, in 1990, 1991, this is when Sony bought out CBS. So that's when it stopped saying CBS Records and started to say Sony Music Entertainment, same company. So discs that came out starting in 1991 would look exactly the same in Canada or the US, the only difference being the address of the record label on the back cover, and that would be about it. So I just think it's a very kind of unique subset of these discs, and I don't know why in Canada they made this decision to make them look like that, because no other record labels did. You get CDs that are on MCA or Warner Brothers or Mercury. They pretty much look the same as the US versions, like I said, except for the address of the record label. But CBS, they went with this box format, and I've kind of have been fascinated with it. So this has been a lot of fun putting these different versions of these together. I'd be curious if somebody can, if people are commenting on Facebook or Twitter, I guess, where you can actually share pictures. I'd be interested to see which other ones people have. So,
yes, please do.
So Jex, thanks for the idea. Thanks for doing this, and I appreciate the. It turned into a lot of fun doing this. So again, what other these Canadian box CDs, and I guess it wouldn't nowadays, you wouldn't necessarily have to have lived in Canada, because if you buy things online, you might end up with some of these no matter what part of the world you call home. So thanks, Sarah, for sitting through this with me and helping me out, and hope everybody's enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching Tim's Vinyl Confessions.
Thanks, Jex.